Hello, everyone. I'm Dante Nemeth, and I'm here with
Christopher Nuzzi.
and we're doing the intermission for Roman versus Conwell. So, Nuzzy, how are you feeling about this game?
I feel like that Roman's a really good team, and Conwell has to come out hot and do really good in the beginning because Roman's the type of team to come back in the end and start putting up really good points. So if Conwell starts off hot, then we'll be okay.
Yeah, if you watched the JV game, you would know they had a really good kick at the end. So you know what they could do. They're really energetic and they played good defense. Who do you expect to see great things from tonight?
I expect to see Jared Velez do good because he's a really good shooter. I just want to see him start passing the ball because he is a point guard. But I want them to show. I want the coaches to give him a better opportunity on doing better things than just passing the ball. I want him to drive the basket and put up shots like he used to do.
Yeah, I agree. But I would say Braden Martin or Justin Bob. We know Justin Bob has a really good hook shot. He's really dominant down low. And Braden Martin, he's just really good at mid range, really good shooter, but also everyone's good at shooting. But he's a good player. What does Egan need to do to win this game?
I think they have to stay locked in for the whole game because Roman's not an easy team to beat. If they're staying locked in and working as a team, they have a good shot at winning this game today.
Yeah, I think they need to find their open shots because they have really good shooters on this team. And, yeah, just find their open shots. Don't do dumb turnovers. I know this team has a history of fouling Egan. We foul a lot. And we just need to not do that, not have turnovers, and I think we'll be good. All right, well, that wraps it up. Thank you, and we will see you at halftime.
Thank you for joining us here at your John Core Disco Gym. We are here at Conwell Egan High School as Roman Catholic gets ready to take on your Conwell Egan Eagles. I'm Dan Connor, joined by Kean Mullen and Shane Morrow. Guys, so you have to go back to January 3rd, and it's the last time that you saw Conwell Egan take a win. What do they need to do tonight to get back on track?
I think they need to come out with confidence, always coming out, especially against a good team like Roman Catholic. It's going to be very crucial to get a good start to this game. If they get a good start, maybe they can upset them just like their JV team did.
Yeah, so Roman 14-4 overall, definitely could be pretty scary as Conwell Egan. Roman's a very good team, but like Kian said, I would just come in with confidence. Keep your composure. Don't let anything overwhelm you, and kind of just know, they might be better than us, but we can still come out with an upset. So just try your best.
All right, right now we'll send it downstairs to our public address now. It's your Dave Luby for our prayer and our national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise for the invocation followed by the national anthem. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. God, let me play well, but fairly. Help me to learn something that matters once the game is over. Let competition make me strong, but never hostile. Always let me help my opponent up. Never catch me rejoicing in the adversity of others. If I know victory, allow me to be happy. If I am denied, keep me from envy. Remind me that sports are just games. And if through athletics, Lord, I set an example, let it be a good one. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen. St. Francis of Assisi, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. We ask that you remain standing. And veterans and active service personnel, we ask that you please salute the colors as we play our national anthem.
All right, ready? One more. All right, as they introduce both teams, let's go back to Egan versus Roman for a little bit. Egan, looking for that win. Roman coming off of a 2-game winning streak. They lost against Father Judge, but they recently beat Archbishop Wood and Devon Prep. Now, they only beat Devon Prep in double overtime, 70-67. We only lost by Devon Prep by 4. So that should lead you into tonight's game with some confidence. If Egan wants to keep the game that close against Roman here tonight, what is going to be key for them to do so?
It's going to be key for them to have no turnovers. Turnovers is one thing that's really going to turn this game to Roman's favor. That alongside fouls, because with those silly mistakes, it just gets out of hand, and it could cause the other team to take a lead. But, as Egan, I don't think it should be too bad. So.
Yeah, I would say defense and definitely offensive rebounds as well.
Definitely defensive, offensive rebounds. And here's our introductions now of your Conwell Egan Eagles.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the starting lineup for your Conwell Egan Catholic Eagles. And guard, sophomore, number 0, Jared Velez. A sophomore forward, number 23, Bree Martin. A sophomore guard, number 4, Miles Moore. A junior center, number 24, Justin Bob. And your captain of senior honor for the team, Antoine George. And Coach Eagles is Sean T.
And before we start tonight's broadcast, we'd like to express our prayer and gratitude towards the families of those who lost a loved one in a plane crash in Washington, D.C. And our thoughts and prayers are now with those in the most recent plane crash, much closer to home, just in Northeast Philadelphia at Cotman and the Boulevard. Roman Catholic in what is usually their home uniforms. They will be in their home purple. Conwell Egan in their home white and blue. A win for our JV team over Roman Catholic, and we're just about ready to get this game underway. Here is the opening tip-off now. That is won by Roman Catholic, and it's quickly into the hands of Miller, who gives it right off the rough end. 8 minutes here in varsity hockey. This one dished out in front there to Edwards. Edwards gives it right back off, and now holding and waiting there before firing it back to Edwards for Sutton. This one dropped down low, and that one made. That basket is made there by Jackson. As Conwell Egan to come back up with it now the other way. Is Antoine George with it now? George holding and looking. He has it along the near way, just in front of the Roman Catholic bench. Gives it off to Jet Velez, who gives it back off to Antoine George. Velez having more playing time since we see the injury from Cole Zaletsky, who has him out for the remainder of this season. This one giving off there on the far side, giving right back off there now to Justin Bob. Bob holding, waiting, trying to get away from Jackson, and he's going to come back down in front, spins away, fires one up, and he is called on a traveling violation with 7:08 to go. Moving back up with the ball there now is Roman Catholic. They have it. They quickly give it off to Edwards. Roman good for moving into the zone and then kind of slowing things down as they go along. This one over the near way now. Dancing around, firing one up towards the basket there with Sutton, but that one's blocked aside. The rebound left down in front that goes all the way over. Sutton sends it out to the far corner. That one bounces around and then eventually finds its way in. 5-0 right now with 6:38 to go. Moving up with the ball there now. And that one knocked aside.
Eagle Club.
The Conwell Egan's ball, though, as that one goes out on Roman. So drop back off there to Miles Moore. Moore looking, waiting. A sophomore from West Catholic takes a 3 attempt that hits off the outside of the rim and then quickly into the hands there of Sutton. Sutton fires it all the way across, gives it off to Jackson now. Jackson holding as he get that fed from Miller. And he sends it back over. And it is a shot by Miller that finds its way in, and it's another 3 there for Roman Catholic. It is 7-0. Guys, how does not having a player like Cole Zaletsky for Conwell Egan hurt them in a game like Roman?
It's really going to hurt them because Cole Zalewski, he's a sharpshooter. He rarely misses. So without having that sharpshooter on the team, you're not going to get majority of your points from 3 points. You're going to have to try and drive to the basket. And against a big team like Roman Catholic, it's going to be difficult. So, I do think it's a very big loss.
Yeah, without Cole Zalewski, you're going to need to find a shooter to fill in that role, especially like going around the arc and find an open shot. You're not going to have that man all the time. Cole Zalewski's really good at that. So, you're definitely going to notice some differences.
All right, definitely some key differences being seen here right now as Coach Tate's going to take a timeout with 5:31 to go here in the first quarter. Conwell Egan down by 9 right now. They're still looking for their first basket in this game. It is Antoine George with the ball. George looking. He one hands on up. He's fouled there along the way. So he'll get 2 shots and a chance to put the Eagles on the board. First one makes its way in, so it's 9-1. Egan trailing by 8. Second attempt makes its way in. So Antoine George 2 for 2 on the foul shots there. Now coming back out with it is Roman Catholic. It is Ruffin with the ball. Moving towards the net. There is Jackson. He's on there. Fires it across, though. Does Ruffin to Sutton. Sutton takes a long shot that bounces into the hands there in the men in white. Moving up with the ball now is Miles Moore. Moore looking, waiting, slowing a few things down as Coach Tate gives directions back behind him. 4:55 to go here. 9-2's our score. 1 foul aside for Roman Catholic now, and Egan still foul-less here. Is this what's sent into the corner there to Jared Velez? Velez moving in. Gives along the near side there to Justin Bob. Bob takes a 3 that bounces around and back out. Check that. That was Braden Martin there with the shot. Here's another 3 from the opposite end. That's not going to go. Right into the hands there of Myers Moore. Moore dancing around one player. He's coming towards the near side now. This one dropped off to Antoine George, and George was fouled as he was going through. Moore giving direction, fires this one down low. In danger there is the Eagles, and a traveling violation there to Justin Bob. Roman Catholic moving up with the ball now. It's Ruffin who has control. Ruffin drops it off there to Edwards. Edwards fires along the near way and then gives it back to Sutton, who gives it right off back to Ruffin now. Ruffin fires this one into the corner there to Sutton. Ruffin's going to get it back. They're going to play perimeter with the ball here. This will drop back out now for Jackson. Jackson calling for it right back. Jackson's going to take a 3. That's just going to be wide, but the rebound gathered there. But then the misplay allows Conwell Egan to put some more defense up before this one's eventually fired back out now to Sutton. Sutton moving forward now. He spins, dances, fires it into the corner. Another traveling violation here. Jared Velez takes the inbound and gets the ball right back from Antoine George. Velez moving up the near way. Giving off there to Braden Martin. Martin drops it back off now to Antoine George. George has this one hit away from him, and it's going to go out on Roman Catholic. So get it back off now to Moore. Moore looking, waiting. 3:34 to go. 9-2 our score with Conwell Egan trailing. This one, giving off to Velez as he fires some directions. Velez gives us off to Justin Bob. Bob there to Antoine George. George down low, takes the shot and finds its way in. And it's 9-4. So we see the Eagles get their first basket tonight, not on foul shots. Who would you guys say has been the most consistent scorer for this team this season?
Now, I'm seeing a lot out of Braden Martin, with his threes. And then again, you have Antoine George, you never see him miss the net as he has all 4 of Conwell's points today. So, yeah, I would think it's one of those two.
Yeah, I would definitely say Braden Martin as well. I mean, you never really see him having off games. He always is very consistent with his scoring. I would also say Miles Moore, too. I mean, he's averaging 12.3 points per game, around that right now. I think that stat was, a couple games ago. But, yeah, he's definitely another consistent scorer that you see out there.
And, guys, we see Miles Moore taking these 3 attempts and missing, let's say majority of them, but a lot of them. Does that have to do with confidence level right now? Is he getting inside his own head, or is there some kind of adjustment that he needs to make on that shot right now?
Yeah, I mean, with being the head guy of the team, you might get a little frustrated sometimes, and those threes just aren't falling. But yeah, like I said, just getting frustrated. You don't want to overthink your shot. Just take good shots in good places. You won't get too overwhelmed.
Attempt there by Jackson makes it right in. It's 11-4 with 2:55 to go. Irby into the game now. This one just to the far side there to Tyler Johnson. Johnson moving out to the far court. Getting right back there now to Anton George. George gets off to Irby. Irby takes a 3 that finds its way in, and it's 11-7 now with 2:36 to go. Conwell Egan holding on to a tight game right now as it's Robinson with the ball. Robinson fires this one in the corner. A 3 attempt is made there by Roman Catholic. That one off of the hands there at Edwardson. It's 14-7 with 2:18 to go here at the John Cordisco Gym. Irby with control now. Irby holding, waiting. He's going to come along the near way. He pushes his way through. One arm, one's up. He goes down back behind the plate. The rebound left out there. And Justin Bob makes it. There's a long attempt there, and that allows Edwards to answer right back at the opposite end. It's 16-9 with 1:55 to go. Big crowd here tonight against a Roman Catholic, as both sides are just about at least 3/4 away capacity. Conwell Egan side a little bit heavier, as that one was blocked aside there by Edwards, and then Edwards gets the ball back, and a traveling violation with just above 90 seconds to go. Coming into the game here is Ralphin. Guys, we see Irby and Tyler Johnson come into this game rather early. What is Coach Tate's game plan, do you think, right now? We haven't seen them this early in the game.
Not sure what his game plan is, but I would agree with him. We've seen Irby come in, make a 3, and we've seen Tyler Johnson help to create that 3. So I don't know what he's got going on, but I got to say I do like it.
I would say Conwell Egan's energy. I mean, you already see them kind of exhausted under the defense. This kind of happens every game. They usually crumble under good defense. Can't really do anything on offense. And also, speaking of substitutions, I mean, Roman only have one sub on the bench right now, so maybe Roman not going to have a lot of energy on this team too.
And hopefully, if Conwell Egan could tire them out a little bit, that will work in their favor in the second half. 1:04 to go. They're down 16-19 here. Irby threw the ball back in. They said that there was a push. And you have Coach Tate calling his players back. Antoine George fires this one into Irby. Irby holding. He's giving direction there to Tyler Johnson. Just under a minute now here in the first quarter of play. It is Irby with it. He's spinning. He's waiting. He hands it off there to Justin Bob. Bob pushing for it now. He has this one tripped from him. That one blocked aside, though, by Irby. And then a collision there in the middle. Going to quickly get Isaiah Johnson up off the bench and ready to go in. Justin Bob comes out. Irby back to his feet, and he's okay down there. 44 seconds to go here. This one fired in down to Miles Moore. Looking, waiting, has it outside. He's calming it down with 38 seconds to go. His team would like to add a few more points on the board as they go into the second quarter now. This one fired over there, Tyler Johnson. Johnson moving with the ball now. Johnson handing it off. That one from Irby. Irby has it intercepted. And this one pushed ahead there to Sutton. Sutton puts one up, and it's 18-9 with 18 seconds to go. This one quickly dished back in there by Johnson. Moving up down near ways. Irby's down to 13 seconds. Irby trying to get a move in and give himself a little bit of room against this Roman Catholic defense. Irby moving up with the ball now. He's waiting. He dishes it down low there to Antoine George. George rushes towards that. Sits on the outside. His buzzer shot by Johnson is not going to go. So, end of first quarter here is 18-9. And we'll take a quick break here on your Eagle Eye Network. Start of the second quarter here is 18-9 with 8 minutes. What adjustments do you think Coach Tate went and made into the first quarter there, guys?
Maybe talked about his game plan a little bit more thoroughly. They're down by 9. So I think if they could just make their passes more crisp, get more shots off. We haven't seen too many go into the hoop so far. But, then again, you're playing against Roman Catholic, which is a very good team. They know how to shut down on the defense, and they know how to execute on the offense. So, obviously it's going to be a difficult game. So we'll see what Coach Shante has to do.
Yeah, I would focus on our defense mostly, but also, passing the ball around like Kian said. Also offensively, I would definitely say rebounds too. We're kind of getting overpowered just like that on many offensive rebounds.
Yeah, the rebounds are affecting Conwell Egan as they're mostly going Roman's way. This one dropped down low and fired up, but on a foul, and it should be 2 shots here. First attempt here by Jackson finds its way in, so Egan down by 10 right now. Second attempt doesn't go, so it remains a 10-point game here. This one given off there to Jared Velez. Velez moving with the ball. He has it. He holds it. He's giving direction down low. This Egan team is 8-10 so far this season, 1-8 in their conference. Velez moving. He fires it to the outside there to Antoine George. He's looking for it back. He gets it and gets it right back to George, who looks at the net, thought about three, but that sends it back out to Miles Moore, who's going to take the three attempt. And that one finds its way in, so it's 19-12. This one brought outside. That one fired through. That one off the backboard there by Sutton. Moving along with the ball there now is Antoine George, who's fouled along the way with 6:41 to go here.
Antoine George at the line. Shoots back.
Shot there by George, puts his team within 6. One for 2 there, and that could come back to haunt them later. Roman Catholic moving out now with it the other way. They're going to slow the ball down here at 6:30 to go. So giving off there to Ruffin. Ruffin gets it right back after he passed it across. Ruffin rushing towards the net now. He always had the ball stripped away from him, and he did this time. And they say a jump ball here, and the possession is going to go to Roman Catholic. So drop down low there to Roman. Roman looking at Jackson with the ball. Jackson fires one out, and that one finds its way in, and it is 21-13 with 6:10 to go here in the first half. Jack Velez holding now. He drops it off there to Moore. Moore looking. He gives it off there to Antoine George. Going to play a perimeter game here. Gives it off there to Justin Bob, or Braden Martin, rather. That one fired back in, and there's a 3, 21-16. And then a hard foul there on the opposite end. That one's going to go against Isaiah Johnson. So, guys, are one game away from the end of our season here, as Conwell Egan only has one more home game. All the games that we got to watch this year, do you think that their offensive scheme adapts a little bit different to the defenses that come into this game, or is it more of like a one-style play for Egan?
Sorry, can you repeat that? I kind of wasn't paying attention.
So do Conwell Egan adjusts their offense to different defenses that come in, or do we see a more one-style offense from Egan?
Oh, all right. Yeah, I got what you're saying. I mean, I said this earlier before. Conwell Egan, whenever there's like really a good defense, it kind of just stays the same. They're always crumbling. Their ball movement is kind of sloppy. You see that a lot with Conwell Egan, especially in PCL games. You know, they're 1-8 in the conference right now. So, you know, really, I think it's just a one style offensive play here. Always crumbling under these good defenses.
Is there anything that you saw maybe throughout this season that you might change going into next season, something that you might add, a different look that you might show out there? What do you guys think?
You know, I don't know if anything too major is going to change for Conwell Egan, but, you know, I definitely think having Kozlowski back next season will be a big change for them because they'll get their sharpshooter back. You know, they'll go back to their original style of play that they had during the preseason. So I think that could definitely be a big benefit for them.
Yeah, it could definitely benefit them, but also, you know, with the defense, they could definitely try to change the defense around the arc because we see a lot of deep threes being shot by the teams that Conwell Egan is playing. Threes that they definitely shouldn't be able to get off, by the way, and they fall almost every time. It's just kind of disappointing to see. So definitely defense around the arc, I would say.
All right, so defensive end of arc, and yeah, definitely getting your sharpshooter back is going to be key, as we see a lot of teams who struggle to adjust a little bit when their main player goes out on an injury. That basket not being made there by Roman Catholic, but they're able to gather the rebound again. Rebound gathered once more by Roman. They have control of the ball. It is Ruffin who dished it off into the corner. He gets it back. He's thinking about 3, but gets it back off into the corner again. This one dropped low. That one by Jackson, but it blocked aside there by Braden Martin, and now a foul here. (21-17) with Roman on top with 4:38 to go. That one bounced off the basket and back out. Second attempt by Jackson doesn't make its way in, so that has not been seen by Roman tonight, but it's a good swing here for Conwell Egan as the score remains the same with just under 4.5 to go in this first half. As Jared Velez in control of the ball now. Velez looking, waiting for Coach Tate to finish giving his directions as he scans his card. Velez moving over in the middle now. He's going to try to go the far way. Stops there and then dishes it off now to Antoine George, who gives it right back. Velez faking the throw there to Isaiah Johnson. He's moving up now. He's waiting. He's holding. He's looking to pass it along to someone. Trying to go to the far way now in front of the crowd. He's able to get there, and then we have a violation here. Roman Catholic with the ball now with 3:48 to go. The far scoreboard is stuck once again. The near one was working. It seems to be the story of tonight. As Antoine George moving up with the ball now. George waiting, gives it off there to Braden Martin, who fires one in. And that one's not going to go. And then it is delay of game awarding here against Roman Catholic's bench. It didn't seem like a lot was said to slow down the referee, but the referee letting Roman Catholic know that it's not something that they're going to pull up with for the remainder of the game here. Robinson with control of the ball. Now he's moving up with it. Robinson giving it off there to Sutton. Sutton waiting and holding. He's just going to quickly bounce that one along to Edwards. Edwards grabs it casually and then just flips it back along. Sutton to Edwards as he moved over near way. He gives it back to Sutton. Sutton waiting, fires it back along. This one glided along there to Miller, and then Miller glides it back now to Sutton. Sutton fires this one into the far corner, giving it back down low, and it's eventually one-handed up. It bounces around, back out. The rebound gathered hell. The basket trying to be made again, and another rebound's not going to go. And a foul here against Conwell Egan.
Number 14, Miller is at the line, shooting 2.
.256 to go here, 21-17. Neither team able to get a basket here as of late. That one fired up, and it's misplayed there. Another attempt here by Miller. That one's not going to go. So Roman Catholic back-to-back missing their foul shots here. And that could come into play a little bit later, especially if Conwell Egan can keep this game as close as they've had so far. It's 21-17 with 2:43 to go. Antoine George in control now. He's waiting. Looking to make a move. He has Irby to his left. He has Tyler Johnson up into the far corner on a near way. And Braden Martin over to the opposite side. Isaiah Johnson's in the middle. They get us off to Irby. Irby gives right back to George. George fires over the corner to Tyler Johnson. That one kicked out on Roman Catholic. And it'll be Conwell Egan's ball with 2:15 to go. That's what this back off now to Braden Martin. Martin gives it off there to Irby. Martin calling for a back while Irby goes towards the net. It's going to bounce around. The rebound is going to be gathered there by Antoine George. George gives it off now to Tyler Johnson. Johnson takes a three that scoops around. And then this one on Conwell Egan. The whistle blown with 2:02 to go. So this Conwell Egan team only has 3 seniors, guys. So we have a lot of young players. How does a young team playing against a team like Roman Catholic, who's good, who's fast, how does that prepare them and get them better for the remainder of their high school career?
You know, the younger players is definitely crucial to keep them on this team, especially for the future, because they playing against these seniors and playing with some of them. You know, it's just all about development. You know, when they get to seniors, you know, their team's going to be pretty much unstoppable. It should be, because, you know, what the development that these players are getting, like Miles Moore, Braden Martin, Jared Velez, Tyler Irby, you know, all these players, they're all sophomores. So, you know, all they can do is just continue to grow around these players.
Yeah, definitely having a young varsity team is definitely a very good advantage because, say, you know, you're a young player, just learning from those older seniors, those couple older seniors on the team is definitely a good thing. And then you're going to have some other younger people like Nelson Sato, Tristan Lasser, some young freshmen on JV. You know, they're going to make varsity pretty soon, maybe even next year. So, you know, definitely love to see that young team. They can learn a lot, and it's just a good thing to see.
Collision there in front of the Roman Catholic bench. That'll be Conwell Egan's ball here. 1:44 to go here in the first half, and then we'll send it upstairs to our intermission team. 23-17 is our score. This one sent back out now to Irby. Irby waiting and holding. Irby coming across the center court line there. He's waiting. He fires along there. Miles Moore is back in the game, and Moore going to get called on. They travel there. Conwell Egan on the defense now. Truman Catholic with control. Robinson has it. Robinson fires this one into the corner. He's waiting. Drops it down low. Here comes a shot. That's off its mark. Battle for the ball there. It's into the men of purple, and they fire it back off. 25-17 now. Egan looking to add more to the board. Anton George drops that one down low to Isaiah Johnson. Johnson fires it back out to Irby. Gives it back off to Johnson, who puts one up, but they said he was fouled along the way, and we're just under a minute here in the end of the second half. That one's not going to make its way in there. That one makes its way in. So 25-18, 57 seconds to go here. Roman Catholic with control. They give it off there to Robinson. Robinson going to try to waste as much clock as they possibly can. Down to the final 39 seconds in this first half. Their team's up 25-18. 5 fouls for Conwell Egan, 3 for Roman Catholic. Still holding there is Roman Catholic. Roman trying to waste as much time as they possibly can. This will drop down low. Jackson bobbles it, but he's able to get it back, and he's defended with a whistle and a foul with 4.3 to go.
Jackson on the line for George, shooting 2.
Another miss on a foul shot there. Coach Tate got a little frustrated there as Miles Moore was out of position. Second attempt there finds its way in. So 26-18 as we get ready to close out this first half. There's a long shot, and we'll have a buzzer here. So we end this first half 26-18 with Conwell Egan trailing. Guys, what does Conwell Egan need to do to create that game-changing moment going into the third quarter?
I think just better execution on shots would be very helpful. We've had some shots that were missed. Definitely could have made this game a little closer. I mean, they did start off really slow, down by 9 off the jump. They made their way back in it, but still is a pretty good gap in between the two. So I think if they just execute on their shots, then they should be doing pretty well.
Yeah, so their defense has actually kind of improved this game. I mean, they are down by 8 right now, but they were down by 9, 0-9 in the start of the game. But even though that defense has been improved, I would definitely say they need to work on their shots as well, finding the open guy. I mean, their ball movement has been pretty good, but finding that open guy, especially on the cut, I mean, it's just you haven't really seen it. They've definitely been lacking.
All right, and we see Roman Catholic, they missed quite a few foul shots there. How does Conwell Egan take advantage of that going into the second half? Because they can mean a lot, and with a close game like this, it could be the game-winning moment.
I think foul shots are very important, especially with Roman missing a few. Egan could use that and get those extra few points back to get themselves back in this game to possibly win it too.
Yeah, foul shots are definitely crucial. So, with those foul shots, I think Roman's 1 for 4 on foul shots right now. So definitely take advantage of that. Definitely get those rebounds after the foul shots, after they're missed. And, kind of learn off that. Egan has to make their foul shots when they get that chance because, like Doc said, they can be the game-winning moment. That can be very crucial as well.
Definitely game-winning moment there, and you got to take advantage of it. We're being told right now that we have an internet outage upstairs in the studio, so we're going to go on a quick break. If we get our intermission team up, we'll get them up for you. If not, we'll be back with your second half of play. 26-18 as we're back here on your Eagle Eye Network. Conwell Egan looking to crawl their way back into this one. So Shane, as you alluded to earlier in the broadcast, Conwell Egan is 8-10 this season, which is a significant better performance than last year, significant improvement from last year. How do you think Coach Tate coming in was able to do that, and what do you think he should continue to do to continue to help this team grow?
I think the thing that helps them is Coach Tate's experience. He's had experience in the PCL, so obviously he knows how they play, all the different tactics and stuff to use. So I think that would definitely help them.
Yeah, that's a good answer, Kian, but I'm going to definitely have to say Coach Tate's passion. I mean, you always see him screaming on the sideline, so, you can definitely tell he's very passionate about basketball, definitely passionate about having his team win. Sometimes you'll hear people say that, they might not like him, but I really do because I think he's very aggressive. He coaches his players aggressively, tries to make them better players, and you can just see that in how it correlates onto the court. So, yeah, I would definitely say Coach Tate definitely is passionate.
I think passion is key, whether you're a coach, whether you're a player, showing that passion on the court definitely helps not only yourself, but helps your team improve as well. 26-19 now as that shot was made with 7:37 to go. Clock's frozen over on the far side again. We've been having an issue with that the past couple of games. Here's a shot that's going to make its way in. That one off the hands there of Sutton. That's going to make it 29-19 here with 7:15 to go. It is Antoine George right now. Antoine George gives off to Jared Velez. Jared Velez back to George. George waiting, holding. He's spinning back. Gives off to Miles Moore on the near way. He rushes down low. And then goes out of bounds, and it'll be Roman Catholic's ball.
Bless you.
Thank you. $10-point difference right now, and it is 6:55 to go. Robinson coming along the near way. He gets the ball back, fakes a handoff there to Miller, and he's going to take a 3 attempt. That's not going to go, and it's into the hands there of Moore. Moore moving back up with the ball now. Moore having it. He fires one towards the net. That one makes its way in, and it's 29-21. There's a ball on the near side. This one's set back out. Fire along the near way. Just back off and in the middle. And that one, it finds its way in. It's good to Velez. And now Velez off to Antoine George. 31-21 now. Back to a 10-point game. George waiting and holding with 6:19 to go. One foul right now in this quarter for Roman Catholic. This one is dished off. They get right back to George. George trying to get through traffic and blocked at 6:05 here. So ball on the near side, and Moore going to take a 3. That's going to be off its mark. It's knocked out there. And we'll see where this ball lands and who it's going to go to. As there's a crowd. Looks like they're lining up as if it's going to be a foul shot, and it is here for Justin Bob. Exactly 6 minutes to go here. His team trailing by 10. Howell makes its way into 31-22, a 9-point game now. And if you're looking at this, if you're Conwell Egan, you may not be winning on the scoreboard, but it's definitely a win for you right now, as all the stories coming out was that Roman Catholic was going to come in here and run away with this game, and Conwell Egan has prevented them from doing that thus far. So Miles Moore giving it off there. Moore giving it off there to Jarrett Velez. Velez waiting. bringing it all in the near way now. Velez dropping it off there to Antoine George. Gives it right back off there to Velez. Velez giving some kind of direction. He's going to go left-hand side, but he's being blocked there by Edwards. This one giving off down to Moore in the corner. Moore was going to take a shot, but then lost his footing. Gets this one off now to Justin Bob. Gets back off to Moore. Moore coming on the outside of the arc, now back in. He's looking for someone. Gives it off to Antoine George, who's going to rush in now. Gives it right back off to Miles Moore. Moore looking as he's falling down and tries to get the ball off before a travel violation, but he's unable to do so. So 5:07 to go, down by 9 are your Eagles. Antoine George into Miles Moore now. George holding the ball. George rushing over the near way, coming back over. He's looking for an outlet, gets back off to Justin Bob, who takes a 3 attempt. That goes off the basket into the hands of George, and then eventually out on him as he's unable to control it. Roman Catholic moving up with the ball now. They drop it off there to Sutton. Sutton gives it along the near side of Ruffin, who gives it right off now to Edwards, who gives it right back to Sutton and fires it back over now. Roman Catholic moving up with it. They drop it back off to Jackson. Jackson lucky with 4:19 to go here. His team still up by 9. 4:10 to go now. There's a 3, and that one makes its way in, and it's 34-22 now. Les moving up with the ball now. They're holding. Calling some of his players a little bit forward. He does so to Justin Bob, and now trying to get Miles Moore's attention, but Moore trying to stay in that corner. Velez with the ball. Velez gives it off there to Antoine George. George moving up with it, spins out of danger, trying to get it back out to Velez, but he's blocked. He's able to do so. Here's a 3 attempt by Velez. Velez that makes its way in. And it's 34-25. Timeout here, and with that timeout, we'll take a timeout on your Eagle Eye Network. Roman Catholic moving up with the ball now is 34-25 with 3:32 to go here in this third quarter. Roman Catholic drops it off there. It's brought along in a near way there to Sutton. That was off of Edwards. That one fired all the way across there now to Ruffin. This will give it back off to Edwards. Edwards drops it back down low to Jackson, who makes a basket. It's 36-25. And now Roman is up by 11. Antoine George with the ball now. George firing this one into the corner. There's a shot by Velez. That 3 doesn't make it, so he's 1 for 2 on his 3 attempts tonight. Roman moving up with the ball. And firing that one, that makes its way in. That one off the hands there of Robinson, 38-25. Guys, what has made Roman Catholic's defense so effective tonight?
Their defense has been very effective tonight. I think number 44, his size definitely plays a part on that. But then again, just I think their compatibility maybe, just knowing where to go and just their chemistry, their team chemistry. I don't know. I think they're playing very good defense, though.
Yeah, I would say definitely their ability to read Cowboy League's offense. It's kind of like they just knew this was happening, but they could they see every single one of Cowboy League's plays, and having a lot of steals, not fouling too much. They're just playing really good defense. Like I would agree with Ian there.
Hot shot there, not made with 2:15. A whistle on this one against the Romans, so the ball is going to come back now the other way. Brandon Martin and Antoine George out. The Roman Catholic coach giving the ref a piece of his mind there. Irby with control of the ball now. Irby looking. He's trying to get past the speedy Suttons. They're able to stay with him, and then he'll dish it off to Velez. Velez down to Moore. Moore back to Velez. Velez taking his shot. Now coming back out, then dancing in the middle, but then loses control of the ball. That's going to allow Roman to come back out with it the other way. 38-25 here, 1:55 to go. This one brought along down to the near side. It is into the hands there of Sutton. Sutton moving over. He dances down low, and then a travel violation here. 1:48 to go. The fan has been ejected here from the John Core Disco Gym. Jarrett Velez moving up now. That one gets out of bounds. This will go back off now to Velez. Velez waiting at 1:35 to go here. Velez trying to move along the near way. Waiting and holding. Drops it down there to Isaiah Johnson. Johnson looking. Gives it off there to Jarrett Velez. Velez fires it there to Johnson. Johnson gives it right back to Velez. They're going to play a game of catch here at 1:17 to go. Brandon Martin with the ball now. Martin looking, trying to get closer than in there. He got to go through the men in purple. Fires one up that dances around the basket and back out. Roman Catholic moving up with the ball there now. And a whistle and a foul here against Conwell Egan. Roman Catholic moving up. They dish it into the corner. They're going to get it back out. They kick the shot from just outside the arc. That doesn't make its way in as that one dances off of the rim and into the hands there of Moore. Moore, we're calling some recruitment up. He gives it off to Velez. Velez rushing forward. He has it, gives along to Irby. Irby waiting, looking, giving direction there to Justin Bob in the far away. Gives this one back off now to Isaiah Johnson. Johnson waiting, holding, and then another whistle here with 25.6 seconds to go here. $38-26 here. Shot finds its way. It's a 38-27 with 25.6 seconds to go. Holding the ball there now is Ruffin. He's trying to waste time down to the final 7 seconds here. Ruffin dishes down low to Jackson. Jackson puts it up and will end this third quarter with a final score of 40-27. So we'll enter into the fourth quarter of play with Conwell Egan trailing right now 40-27.
Welcome back after that third quarter break to the Eagle Eye Network. So, Doc, how do you think Conwell Egan can come back from this 13-point deficit here?
I think Conwell Egan needs to be a little bit better with their passes, take smarter shots, and really get themselves in a good shooting advantage here. That one fired towards the net. That's not going to make its way in. Antoine George with control of the ball now. George moving up with the far way. He dishes off there to Braden Martin. Martin gives it back off to Jarrett Velez. Velez has a 3 attempt. He gives off to Miles Moore. Moore takes a shot that's not going to go. And that one bounced back out. This will move up now. That one one-handed along. And then it's eventually made its way in. So, Shane, we see Miles Moore a little off his game tonight with those 3 attempts. If he was your teammate, how are you going to lift him up? How are you going to encourage him a little bit more?
Yeah, I mean, as a basketball player myself, sometimes you go in that little slump. You go in that 3-point deficit, just not making as much shots as you maybe used to. But I would just tell him to keep shooting. The only way to get out of a slump is to just keep shooting and keep trying. You're never going to know if you're getting better if you just stop trying. So I would definitely say just keep trying. I believe in you. As he hits the 3, broadcaster takes Mr. Connor.
Mr. Luby cut you out there at the end, so I couldn't hear you fully. But, keep shooting definitely. And you see there, he kept shooting, and he was able to get his 3 up there on the board. What would your game plan, guys, be as a coach and a team for closing out the season on a strong note and hopefully take that momentum back in the next season?
I think definitely just keep your confidence up, keep winning your games as much as you can. Obviously you're in the PCL. It's going to be a super hard league. because you have teams like you have your Roman, you have your Wood, you have your Judge. But, any game can be a close game. As you see here, we were expected to lose by a lot of points here. And here we are. It's only a 12-point game. So, if we just keep shooting our shots, keep banging them down, make it a closer game, keep the deficit down to like 6-7 points. But I think if you just keep it down a little bit, then I think you can just build off of that for the future,
6-7.
Definitely building off for the future. That one fired in. That's not going to make its way. 42-30, down by 12. There's a shot that's not going to make its way. Come back now the other way is George. George gives it off there to Velez. Velez moving up on the near side. Gives it back off to Justin Bob. Bob trying to make its way in. Bob gives it back off now to Velez. Velez looking and holding with 6:08 to go. Velez moving along now to the near side. He's brought back up to the near way. Holding. Firing across there to Miles Moore, who just recently came off of a 3. He's going to throw that one hard in there to Justin Bob. Bob fires on towards the net. That bounces around and into the hands now of Roman Catholic. So Roman Catholic going to move up the other way. This one dished back out. Shane, you mentioned earlier in the game that Roman Catholic only had one sub on their bench. How do you think fatigue is going to play a factor for them in these last couple of minutes?
Basketball is a very exciting, fast-paced game, so it definitely gets you very exhausted. Roman, you think only having one sub on that bench is definitely going to play a major role in them, but they still have a 12-point lead on Conwell Egan. I don't know if it's Conwell Egan's fault or if it's just Roman being, really good and not really letting the fatigue and the only one sub on the bench take advantage of their play.
(42-35), 25 to go here. Eagle Eye Network. Dan Collar joined by Shane Morrow, Kian Mullen, Christopher Nuzzi behind the camera, or intermission and studio crews upstairs. They should be back on for you for a post-game report as we were able to get the internet issues fixed back up in the studio. Holding the ball there is Sutton. Sutton trying to dance in. He falls down to a knee, was able to get right back up. He takes a shot that rolls around the rim and back out. It's fun. Dished over now. Roman Catholic holding the ball there again. It is Sutton with it, and Sutton going to waste some more time. Guys, how does Conwell Egan put themselves in better positions to grab these rebounds?
To grab these rebounds, you honestly have to make yourself bigger. Yeah, that was definitely a push-off there. I don't want to see that again, number 3. But, yeah, I just think you have to make yourself bigger. You got to box out. You just got to be aggressive. You can't just let them take over you. You just got to be out there.
Yeah, just be out there. Justin Bob, don't really want to mention Justin Bob that much. I feel like I do a lot, but Justin Bob definitely getting that paint. He's 6'7", so you definitely want him to paint those defensive rebounds. 6'7" is definitely a very good height to be at. So just try and grab those offensive and defensive rebounds because he's 6'7".
So you go with all height, grow a little bit, and you get any rebound that's up there. I don't think that's how it works, but we're down by 10 here with 4:05 to go. That one finds its way in. It's 44-32 now. Roman Catholic on top. Jared Velez with control of the ball now. Velez giving off there to Antoine George. George back to Velez. Velez calling Justin Bob in, but then gives it right back to George. George going to make a move towards the net now. He's trying to bounce off Roman Catholic, and he actually dishes that one right into the hands there of Edwards. So Edwards able to come back out now with it the other way. There goes the scoreboard once again. 3:30 to go as we have it on the opposite side. Edwards moving in with the ball. He gives it off into the corner. There's a 3 attempt. That's not going to make its way. That was off of the hands there of Miller. And then eventually into the hands of Bob, who gives it off to Miles Moore. Moore has his pass disrupted. And that one brought back up there. And that is now 46-32. And we'll take a timeout here on your Eagle Eye Network. .309 to go here, the fourth quarter, 46-32 with Conwell Egan trailing. How do timeouts affect the momentum shift of a game, guys?
You know, the timeouts really do affect it because when you're in a slump, you know, having a timeout is you can just hear from your coach instead of hearing him out on the court. You know, you can hear him face to face. You know, you're out there and you hear him screaming at you on the court. You know, you get in that timeout, get in the huddle, and he's just teaching you there. So I feel like it's just easy to help you out and teach you throughout the game.
Definitely face to face. There's another 3 attempt that finds its way in. It's 46-35 now. As Shane would tell your kids, learn better face to face and not through packets. Rude out with the ball there now. It's Roman Catholic. Jackson has control. He tries to one-hand it up and makes his way in, and he's going to get it and one here. Here's the N1 now from Jackson. Finds its way in, 48-35. Miles Moore with the ball now. Moore getting it back off to Irby. Irby holding and giving some direction. Drops it down low there. Isaiah Johnson has some fired across. There's an attempt from Velez that bounces off the rim and back out with 2:18 to go. Battle for the ball down low. Eagles are going to get in control. Johnson goes out, and he's fouled along the way in with 2:13 to go. Attempt there, makes its way in. It is 49-36 now. Second attempt, and 1 for 2 there. What have been some highlights tonight from our younger players, guys? What have they been doing well, and how have they had impact on tonight's game?
I think a good one is Miles Moore hitting his threes. You know, that's a young player. He's a sophomore. Hitting those threes, very good for this team. You know, we'll bring this lead up. Oh my word! All right, no, but like, yeah, Miles Moore hitting his threes. I think that's very good.
Yeah, I'd agree with Yuki in there, but I'm also going to say Braden Martin too. I mean, he's a sophomore. He's had multiple threes so far in this game, so he's definitely been doing very good in this game so far. Definitely a young player. Going to be on the team for multiple more years to come. Definitely excited to see more of him too.
A lot of younger players who are making a big impact on the team right now. That will find its way. It's 50-36. Moving out with the ball there now, Smiles Moore gives it back off there to Irby. Egan down 50-36 with 1:40 to go. It's intercepted there by Roman Catholic. Moving up with the ball along to the near way, and it is knocked back out. Conwell Egan going to gain control now as they move up with the ball. It's dropped down low, and another whistle will stop it here.
Personal foul 4, Edward 6-4, the 2-4. Antoine George at the line to give, shoot him there.
Shot from Antoine George that finds its way in. That ball intercepted there. Miles Moore coming back up with it now. Moore fires on up, finds its way in 50-39 now. And that one sent all the way back down and out. All right, 1 of the 3 to go. We have a timeout here. How has the Conwell Egan team built or deviated away from their preseason expectations? What do we think, guys?
You know, they did very well in the preseason. I think they lost maybe 1 or 2 games, and they won the rest. And the PCL, I think it's just because the PCL is a harder league. I don't know if they dropped down since their preseason, but definitely deviated. Don't like to say it against my home school, but, you know, it's just the truth. You know, the preseason, they did very well. But I do think because of the PCL, they're going to do a little worse. It happens every year. But hopefully they can build on to this for the future.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with Kean there. I mean, I haven't really seen any preseason games. I didn't really watch the summer league. But, yeah, the PCL is definitely a very hard league to play in. I mean, a lot of the teams in the PCL are, like, ranked in Pennsylvania, so you're definitely going to go against some hard opponents there. But Conwell Egan, you know, despite the 1-8 standing in the conference, I feel like they have still played as well as they could, and although they might have, you know, disappointed in, you know, the preseason expectations, I still feel like they've done as much as they can, and you know, it's going to be hard going against PCL.
I think even with that, you know, they come out of the preseason, you know, maybe not with the high expectations in the regular season that we saw. But they're definitely living under that CEC mission that they teach you guys here of, you know, having a strong character through service, having academic excellence, and commitment to this idea of lifelong learning. And, you know, out there in the court, you know, you're going to work hard to succeed. You're going to have that commitment to learn the game. And then, you know, Coach Tate puts great pride on his players achieving academically into the classroom as well. So, you know, while maybe they dropped down some from the win column, they definitely were able to hit the different missions and core values that we see here at Conwell Egan High School. 41.2 seconds to go. They are down right now by 11 are your Eagles. This one fired back in. It's dropped off there down to the final 38 seconds. This one given off and then a push here with 35 seconds to go. .2 seconds here. This will drop back down. Here they come now. Firing this one up there, and that basket is made there, and a timeout here with 26.7 50-41, I believe that should go. Guys, we talked a lot about the younger players. Let's talk about these seniors. How are they using these games to help prepare them for their collegiate season next year?
These older players, the seniors like Antoine George, the GOAT, and Isaiah Johnson, the Penn State commit, obviously. They're very good leaders for this team. Guiding these young players. I just think that definitely plays a big role. I know as a freshman last year, I played soccer, and I would always rely on my senior captains to guide me through practices, guide me through games, and just really help me out. So I think it's great for those two to be leaders on this team.
I mean, yeah. So those two going into their college career, unlike Kian said, they have a lot of experience, and they need to teach those younger people on the team, right? So you kind of want to put them in. You want to put yourself in those younger kids' shoes, right? Like maybe some of the freshmen on JV and some of the younger kids on varsity, because next year you're going to be a freshman again in college. So you really want to put yourself in their shoes, knowing next year you're going to be them, and just realize like, I should probably be a good leader and teach these kids because I'm going to be them next year. So yeah.
And I think being a freshman all over again, comes with its own set of challenges, getting to know a brand new routine, going to a college, getting to learn a new coaching style, learning your team. And it does, so if you can leave Egan here with sharing what you've learned for the next kids that are going to come in, and then next year, when you go, you're going to have those same group of seniors and upperclassmen at the college level that are then going to help you get to learn that new game and that new philosophy that you're going to play at that college level. (51-41) now with 26 seconds to go. That one doesn't quite make its way in. So down by 10, here are the Eagles. 5-second violation there.
.6 seconds. Reset. 5-second violation. Roman Conwell, Egan ball.
So Doc, while we're in this timeout, I mean, Conwell Egan, this game was supposed to be a blowout, but they're only down by 10 with 26 left, and although maybe they might not be able to make a 10-point comeback in only 26.6 seconds, but how do you think Conwell Egan can improve their confidence for next season when they play Roman again, knowing that they only lost by 10 to a very good PCL team?
So what you're going to do is you're going to go back into the locker room. You're going to come up with a list of things that you did well tonight, a list of things that you did not do well tonight. And hopefully when you come up with that list, the things that you did well, as we see another two there, are things that there's more things that you did well than more things that you didn't do well. And I think as long as you see that you're doing great things out there on the court, that builds your confidence. It shows that you guys are growing. It shows that you're ready to compete at that next level, and it shows that you really are going to compete again in the PCL.
So true.
That one rolls around and then hands out Antoine George down the final 15 seconds. We're firing this one down. There's a shot by Braden Martin. Martin takes it 3 attempt. That's not going to go. The rebound left up. He's fouled along the way with exactly 8 seconds to go. Shot there finds its way in. 51-44 here. Second attempt makes its way in. So perfect there. The Eagles with 51-45. Now 8 seconds to go. This one fired across. Roman brings it along the near way. Fires down under the near side. And we're going to end this game with a final score of 51-45.
Again, we hope you join us here at the Eagle Fest next Friday night.
All right, so guys, we'll be back on the broadcast for next Friday night, and that'll be our last broadcast before we head into the spring. So we now have the winter underneath our belt. We did a lot of great things here over the past couple of months. What are you guys looking forward to as we head into the spring seasons?
You know, during the spring season, I'm looking forward to getting a hold of new sports. You know, I'll see more of baseball. I haven't seen much of that. Like, I don't understand most of the rules. I'll be able to understand most of that, be able to call it myself. Lacrosse, not so much because I'll be playing. So, field hockey, also broadcasting that possibly. So, yeah, I just think exploring new options, I think that's going to be very exciting.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to say the same thing. I mean, I've learned a lot from broadcasting basketball already. And although, basketball is not the same sport as many of those other sports like flag football, field hockey, lacrosse, baseball, it definitely should be pretty fun to learn from basketball and just see how that can correlate to other sports, just like broadcasting in general. Yeah, it should be pretty fun. I'm definitely very excited for the spring.
All right, guys, let's add one more question here because I just got the message that they're having internet issues again upstairs. What is one thing that you may want to add to our broadcast as we head into the spring? Is there anything that has come up that you think, we could add, any like new graphics, whatever it may be?
I think maybe more different varieties of graphics during like our timeouts. You know how we have our little animation that we have going. Maybe we could do some more of those. I'm not really sure. I think that's a question that I'll actually have to think over and get back to you.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a question to think over. But at the same time, off the spot, I definitely want to improve our broadcasting room where our intermission team is set up, It's definitely very fun to chill out in there and also just do intermission. Also, like Kian said, I would definitely like to, improve our graphics. Also, maybe deck out the Eagles nest a little bit. It's kind of bland back here, It's kind of just like gray painted bricks. It's just kind of bland. So, maybe add like a poster right there or something, like Shane's corner or something. I mean, that would be pretty nice. Yeah.
Well, sounds great, and it looks like they are back online upstairs, so we will get a chance to send it up to you. I'm Dan Connor, Kean Mullins, Shane Mara. We're going to send it back upstairs to our post-game team as they close things out. Have a good night, guys.
Thank you, Doc.
Hello, everyone. It is me, Dante Nemeth, and I'm here with
Christopher Nuzzi.
And we are here for our post-game show from Conwell, Egan, and Roman Varsity game. So, Nuzzy, we saw that they started out 0-9. No, not 0-9. Like, they were losing 0-9. How big of a difference do you think that made?
I mean, it brought their confidence down. You can tell because they started arguing with each other because they started getting frustrated about everything. They just got in their heads, and that's what they shouldn't have done to start off the game.
Yeah, me and Eli were talking about that. Their motivation just went out of the window. I don't know what happened. They still could have won that game. They also had a lot of missed free throws and miss just a lot of fouls too. What do you think, like, the biggest factor was?
I think the biggest factors from this game is probably the way that they were communicating, because there were some bad calls and then they would get frustrated, but then one teammate would help them out the whole time and like tell them to like relax, not that big of a deal. But it's like that's all you need in basketball, just a group of people that know what they're doing and they have good chemistry with each other and they're like leaders for each other.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. They're just like, they argue. I think that was the biggest factor too. They just like didn't agree on things, and that really just killed their motivation, killed their vibe. And yeah, who do you think was the biggest standout player?
I think the biggest standout player had to have been. I'd say Isaiah because he I know he didn't really play that much, but when he got in, he did good. Like he drew fouls for him, gave the team points. He's really good in the paint, so that's why I put Isaiah as the best.
Yeah, I would totally agree. I think Sharif on the other team was really dominant down low. He's being guarded by a really good player, Justin Bob, and he just outperformed him. And he just dominated down low. I also think for Conwell Eden, Antoine George, the captain, was a good player. And he really just led the team. You know what I'm saying? Like he led the team. He stopped. Thank you.